Midwest Box Trucker. In today's video, I'm going to go over 5 pieces of advice that I would give to anyone starting a trucking company. So as usual, we're going to get right into it. First and foremost, if I was starting a trucking company, the first thing that I would do would be to figure my cost of living monthly, meaning your rent or mortgage, your car note, your phone bill, your personal and leisure expenses. So you want to tally all of this up and get a total number of what it costs you to live each month. Once you get this total number of your cost of living, you then want to create a budget specifically tailored to this particular cost of living. So you want to know, what are you going to set aside for your personal expenses per month? What are you going to set aside to invest each month? What are you going to save each month, therefore you can invest? What are you going to set aside for travel and things of this nature? So, like I said, you want to create a budget specifically tailored to your particular cost of living. Once you create this budget, you then want to move into my next piece of advice, which is going to be to determine what to pay yourself. That way you're not robbing from the business. This is also going to help you more accurately calculate your cost per mile. See, once you've calculated your cost of living and you've created the budget specifically tailored to that cost of living, now what you pay yourself weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, if that's what you choose to do, won't fluctuate because you've already done the math and determined what it's going to cost you personally to live per month, what your car note and your phone bill and things of that nature are going to cost you. So, like I said, what you're paying yourself won't constantly fluctuate. Therefore, when you're calculating that cost per mile every 60 to 90 days, as I know everyone is doing, because whenever you add or remove expenses from your business, we all know we need to recalculate that cost per mile. We all know we're not going to have the same cost per mile for a year, 2 years, or 3 years on end. So I know we're all doing that. We've already had that conversation. So like I said, once you do the proper math, what you're paying yourself weekly or bi-weekly won't fluctuate. So you won't be robbing from the business constantly because you'll have personal funds on hand to cover your personal expenses. So once you've determined what to pay yourself, next, I would advise anyone to reduce or eliminate, if possible, your personal debt. Not only do you need to reduce or eliminate your personal debt, but you also want to be actively building your personal credit. All of this stuff kind of goes hand in hand. See, with this business funding, equipment financing, lines of credit, etc., oftentimes that's going to greatly depend on your personal credit history. A lot of these companies require that you act as a personal guarantor. So it's going to be imperative, once again, that you reduce or eliminate your personal debt, as well as be actively building your personal credit. That way you qualify for business funding, for equipment financing, for lines of credit. Like I said, it all goes hand in hand. Finally, the last piece of advice that I would give to anyone starting a trucking company would be to save and make solid investments. More often than not, we get truckers tunnel vision. As trucking company owners, we get caught up in the day-to-day operations of running the truck as well as running the business. And it's opportunities that's available to a lot of us now that was not available 3, 4, 5 years ago, simply due to the difference in tax brackets and incomes that a lot of individuals have acquired. Once you're making over $100,000 per year, and I'm not even talking net, but once your total gross is over $100,000 per year, and you have proof of income, fair to good credit, it's a lot of opportunities and things that you're eligible for that you may not have been eligible for in the past. It's a bunch of different things that are able to be invested in, which can bring an individual passive income. You have real estate, flipping cars, stocks, crypto, Roth IRAs, whole life insurance, etc. I could go on and on all day long on different opportunities for income that's available to most of the individuals that are running these trucking companies. But like I said, individuals get truckers tunnel vision and get stuck in just running the truck and focusing on the trucking company and the trucking rates and their trucking insurance and things of that nature, and not looking outward to say, well, I have the income, I have the capital, and like I said, not even being liquid, I have the credit. Let me look into these real estate investments, or what could I put into the stock market that could make me a return? So that's what I would advise anyone to be doing that's starting a trucking company. Save and make solid investments. That way you're not having to attempt to run a trucking company for 10, 15, 20 years. Use this as a stepping stone. You're 100,000, 200, 300,000 a year. Now you want to move into that $750 million a year range. Even if it just be total gross, to me, that should be the goal, to constantly be advancing and removing that ceiling, because that's why we started a company, not to run a box truck or two for 15 to 20 years. To me, that's not the goal. But to use this platform as a stepping stone to say, hey, I never thought I would ever make over 100,000 a year. Now let's see if I can make 1 million. So that would be my challenge to you. To once you start these trucking companies and you make your first 100,000, at that point be looking to make 1 million or more. Set high goals, and if you fall short, hey, it is what it is. But don't get stuck with the trucker's tunnel vision to where you just see that you're trying to make 20 to 30 grand extra each year. To me, like I said, that's not the goal. We want to be actively seeking passive income, and using these trucking companies as stepping stones to get to a different level. That's the goal. So that's the 5 pieces of advice that I would give to anyone starting a trucking company. Figure your cost of living monthly. Create a budget specifically tailored to that particular cost of living. Determine what to pay yourself. Reduce or eliminate personal debt, as well as build your personal credit. And finally, save and make solid investments. So with that being said, as usual, you guys stay safe out there. Take it easy and have a good one. Appreciate you.